It is always so sad to see one of your favorite franchises being taken and twisted around by a group of people who didn't care about respecting the source material or the fan base. They just wanted to make as much money as quickly as possible, and that is exactly what has happened with Tales of the Shire. This game has faced controversy for well over a year now, but it's finally released. The scores on Steam are mixed, and even the critics are saying it's bad, and now it is one of the worst rated Lord of the Rings games in history. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I didn't think the Gollum game could be beat, but I am shocked to see that it actually has been, and so quickly, because the Lord of the Rings games are positively cursed at the moment. Since the glory days of Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War, the license has churned out one lackluster title after another, and Tales of the Shire's rating makes it one of the worst rated in LOTR history. This is so sad to me because I absolutely love Tolkien's creation. I love this world. I love these characters. I want them to be making awesome Lord of the Rings experiences, but it's like the people that are being hired for these projects just don't know the material, they don't care about respecting it, and they want to just make as much money off of the Lord of the Rings name as possible. In my opinion, I'm just gonna start calling these awful products Rings of Power games, because there's no way that Tolkien's work and Lord of the Rings deserves to be disrespected like this. It says a calm and gentle Lord of the Rings life sim title set in the Shire has all the makings of a safe and easy winner, right? It should have been a massive success. Having a Palia, Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley mashup should have been a very easy winner. You should be able to jump into this world and have a fun time and have all of the dialogue and different crafting systems, and it be a fun gameplay loop, but that isn't the case. Metacritic is saying otherwise, as reviews have finally launched for it, and it's less promising than coming face to face with a Balrog. Tales of the Shire is officially out, and more importantly, so are Tales of the Shire's ratings and review scores. According to Metacritic, the game has scored 60 out of 100 on PC, and most of the reviews are on this format. To put this in perspective, Metacritic has whipped up a quick ranking of every LOTR game from worst to best. Tales of the Shire sits at 19 out of 25 games. This is very low, and if you consider its PS5 score with only 6 reviews granted, it scores 54 out of 100, which would drop it down to 24 out of 25, which is crazy. Lord of the Rings Return to Moria wasn't necessarily bad, it just also wasn't that great. And then before that, you had Gollum, which was a monstrosity. I streamed that on this channel, and I swear to you, if you didn't see that playthrough, right as I was about to click the final QTE to end the game, in the last gameplay sequence in the final boss, the game crashed. I think I'm gonna jump towards that and I'm gonna die. I gotta keep it a buck. Alright, well, I guess I gotta try. I can't even finish the game. It drove me insane. It was so buggy, so broken, and unfortunately, it sounds like Tales of the Shire is as well. Now, of course, we've had some amazing Lord of the Rings games. I love The Hobbit on the PS2. That game is so nostalgic to me. The Shadow games, Shadow of Mordor, right, was phenomenal. I'm so sad that we're never going to see that system in a game again. The Nemesis system was light years ahead of its time, and I'm heartbroken that we're not going to get that in another game. But it seems that Tales of the Shire just does everything wrong. And of course, I don't necessarily trust the critics, right? I do think this is going to be one of those rare instances where critics and gamers actually align. But if you go on over to Steam, because the game has launched today, right? It's been out for a couple of hours now. It is already sitting at mixed. And these are the people, right, who bought it, who are giant Lord of the Rings fans, people who should have been giving this shining reviews, people who jumped at the opportunity to play this, and they're saying, yeah, it's really not good. This is a tentative no, because I badly want to love it. I'm a massive LOTR fan, and there's a huge space in the market for a cozy game set in Middle-earth. They're saying, the cooking and foraging is fun, the soundtrack fits, the house customization is enjoyable, but The list of bad is long. You can't approach villagers to chat unless you've completed a quest for them. They don't so much as acknowledge your character passing by them. The world doesn't feel very alive. Villagers don't really do anything but wander from place to place to stand around. No festivals or holidays to mark the seasons, which seems like a major oversight for a Hobbit themed game. That is insane that they didn't think about adding seasonal events or like big launch events for the summertime. That's wild to me. How do you miss that much? Lack of voice acting is also really disappointing. Frame rate drops. Another review saying it looked promising but doesn't run too well, neither on Steam Deck nor on PC. It is not interesting. The character creation is limited and there is zero voiceover. What were they doing after all of this time? I mean, they've delayed it twice in order to say that they were polishing it and fixing it up and finishing it up, right? What were they doing if the graphics weren't improved? They didn't add voice acting. They didn't add any more systems. It's not like they fixed a lot of the technical difficulties. It's like they were just standing around twiddling their thumbs. Sadly, just a half-baked cozy game. Doesn't really feel right. Tasks are not fun to do. Systems are not intuitive like in other games in this style. World overall feels empty. You wouldn't know it's a LOTR game if it wasn't in the title. I'm so sad. I'm on an i9 and 3060 and my PC is trying to fly me to the moon. There's no FPS limitation setting and basically whatever I change, it doesn't change the performance. Devs, I do like the game, but my PC gets too loud and the constant vibration on my table completely disables me from enjoying the game. I will give it another chance when you get your performance issues in check. The game is horribly optimized, feels very empty anywhere outside of the town square, and there are some positives here. There are some people who are saying like, I'm enjoying the game so far. Ignore any negativity until you've tried it. And yeah, obviously, if you think this looks good and you think you're going to enjoy it, buy it, play it. I hope that you get your money's worth, but just be aware that there are a lot of people who are already saying it lacks a lot of depth. It's really mediocre. And while there are some positives here, a lot of the positive reviews are really just saying ignore the haters, which always strikes me as a little bit suspicious because you'd think that you would just review the game and allow your review to stand on its own, but you're specifically telling people to ignore the haters when anybody could criticize a game and their criticism is valid. I mean, they literally go on to say, like, if you enjoy games like Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley and also happen to be a Tolkien fan, you'll enjoy this, but don't let the loud complaints from hardcore fans and cough cough She-Hulk loving review pages mislead you. This game was never meant to be about battles or grand quests. So yeah, it is already at a mixed, and if we're just going by the critic scores, it is already one of the worst rated Lord of the Rings games in history. So I'll definitely be keeping my eye on this. I might give it a shot just so I can stream it on the channel so you guys can see what all the fuss is about to see if it actually might be worth your money. But it seems so far that it definitely is a major miss. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.